Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday, isn't it? Yes, it's Wednesday. I'm confused to think about the day, but it's Wednesday today. So, hope everyone had a good day yesterday. I did not really trade New York session. I did have a look at gold. I was interested in gold. It was a nice short though on NQ. Um, but I did not trade it. Hope I know Blue Sea did. So well done. Drinks on Blue Sea. That was a beautiful trade. Yeah, you saw it coming already. You saw it coming in during London. Um, I think for me, when I was looking in hindsight, there was like in pre-market, it was you could have positioned yourself very clearly with a very tight stop loss considering what London has done, and then pre-market. For me, it wasn't enough pre-market London, but pre-market there was enough information at that point. But yeah, it was good to journal because even though I didn't trade it, I still journaled it. Gold, on the other hand, I just had a look. I wasn't interested in trading at at the time, but let me show you what I was looking at. And then the move came in Asia again, and Asia is the time I sleep. So it's sort of a bummer all the time, like with the gold, because I was looking in this area here and we just consolidated literally all day. And I saw this one here and I thought, I don't think there's any follow through. I just waited. And then at some point, after one, I thought, you know what? Even maybe maybe in the afternoon, the 2 p.m. session. But even then, I looked afterwards, and it did not really do much. Hey, why are you, my catty? You are my. You need to move a little bit, my dear. My cat's on my cord, so that's why my. So again, the move in. You see here, this is the distribution that came, and I was aiming obviously for. It was similar to the NQ move we had on Monday, right? Going all the way up. And we were stuck all day between two event horizons, one of the N dog and one of the N walk. You can't see that one because we left it, but it was just going. This area was N dog, N walk, and it was going back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, I was interested in gold. I might have traded gold, but it didn't give me any opportunity until Asia, and I was, I guess, dreaming about it. But yeah, I'm still bullish on gold. So let's keep an eye on it. Right now we are in the opening range gap, which we left on Friday. So most likely we will give it some buy side. So yeah, let me also mark the 150 to 210 macro. Hovering around midnight now. I want to see my macro 150. Monday was a very nice. I love Monday. I already had a really, really good day. I made $8,000. It was clean. It was just awesome. Yesterday, I'm happy that I did not. Well, I would have liked it short, but I wasn't prepared for that one. So, and we are in NFP week, remember? So, best day of the NFP week is most of the time Monday. You want to actually focus on that the most on NFP week, and then the rest is just extra if you find a good trade. So why are you doing it here? You're not supposed to. Okay. Okay. Well, anyone took that short yesterday on NQ? I'm just curious. I mean, gold didn't get, or to gold in Asia. That would be nice as well. Let's just watch. Going to my 9 minute. And it's so, guys, remember when we were Monday, we formed this one here. Look how beautifully we went back into this one. This was just a 24-hour cycle. It was beautiful. Actually, it was a very beautiful. This was totally manipulated all the way back up to 702. 50% of a monthly wick, I believe it was, yes. And then it just went straight back. So this was just a pure manipulation move. It was beautiful. And they just created this to go back into. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Where's my phone? Hey, Metharcy, how are you doing? How is it going? Did you trade anything yesterday or Asia? Pom pom, pom pom. I was waiting for gold, but gold did the move again in Asia, so I missed the upward move that I was waiting for. Um, and Q, hey Stain Sky, hello Stain Sky. I think it's a new name, right? How's it going? So for NQ, I really want to wait a little bit to see if we are what we're going to do. It's a little bit unclear to me in this area. Yeah, I took a small short on London with a small win. Missed a big move though. Yeah, me too. I did not. Well, I wasn't interested in NQ, but in hindsight, obviously in hindsight, that's where we learn. I was journaling it like, oh, and ICT also did a small lecture. I was like, but I actually saw the lecture after I was journaling, and I did miss the SMT, but that propulsion block that he noted, but also in London for me, like we had Blue Sea already, he was very clear on the short already. But for me in London, it wasn't clear, but it should have been clear in pre-market. I didn't watch it in pre-market, but using the 1:30 to 2 a.m. fair value gap, that would have made a lot of clear. And you know where it went? It went straight into that same fair value. This bottom one here is the same one. It went back. It was just a cycle of those here. This one here. It was a cycle between these two fair value. It was between this value gap to this. This was a cycle, which is beautiful. How beautifully it went down. So in pre-market, if I would have had, London wasn't clear. I was waiting for too much information still, or I didn't have enough. But yeah, look here, around 8 o'clock, and it was very ES retested at 3 o'clock as well, and Q didn't even reach back into it anymore. So there were clear signs during pre-market. This area here already. Yeah, beautiful. But hey, I didn't take it. I didn't miss it. It's okay. Hey, Tommy, how are you doing? Long time no see. I think I missed you a few days. How's it going? Um, we are here at a 50% wick. Where are we at? Let me just double check. Daily wick. Okay. This is a daily wick here that I marked. If anyone wants to know, it's this wick here. And this is the daily wick that I'm looking at for premium discount, to see if we are what we're doing right now. So now have a look at the weekly. I mean, if you're struggling with price, Trader HF, hello, how are you doing? Look how we are now, where we're at. We are in the bottom wick of last week. This is still for me a point of interest below. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Okay. Open here. Thanks for explaining that. Okay, Trader HF. Sorry, I missed what did I explain? Sorry, I was going over a few things without reading the chat. I think you mean the lines on my chart, right? Yeah, and as you can see right now, we are hovering around this 50% line of that wick, which is also an event horizon of between two end dogs here. Now I do like that with the bodies are above it, but we've got so many wicks. It's just, can we make a move higher before we go down, or is this it? Or are we going to go a little bit higher into this wick, for example, right? I wouldn't mind go a little bit back to the weekly open here. So when I ever see price around a 50%, I always wait a little bit longer. Every midpoint, I tend to just want to watch a little bit, especially when it's in my macro as well. Just watch how it's behaving. Do we have anything here? Okie dokie. Now, how's the 4 hour looking? Two. I'm gonna paper trade, guys. Just gonna stop loss here. Five two two. 2 hour trade. Let me see. It's 212. We created a breaker here. Oh, you cannot do that, my love. So technically, I can put my stop below the breaker here that formed, because I don't want to be. If it goes below this, it invalidates my trade anyway. Hey, Abdul, how are you doing? Anticipating London to be a pullback. I think it's more of a, if I look at the 4 hour, we might even get an expansion a little bit. So let's see. So that's why I'm putting on a paper trade to see if I'm correct. I always paper trade my first few trades. I want to see if I had enough coffee. Oh shit, my coffee's in the freezer. I need to get my coffee. I always make an iced coffee when it's hot. When you see my curtains are closed, it's because it's hot. And I think I need more coffee. So I always paper trade my first two trades, see if I'm reading the market correctly. Am I on tune? I don't mind. I would rather have my first two trades. Either I'm right, and then I'm in the zone, and I know. Like Monday, for example, London gave me a lot of information that the market was. I was reading it properly in London, and that's why I don't think I put a trade on in London besides paper trading. I can't remember, but I was so, because I've been doing London that Monday and I was seeing the same price action. I just went in for full NQ contracts and I had like a really, really awesome trade because it really builds my confidence for future trades, if that makes sense. Hey, Sunik, how are you doing? So I rather would have my first few. I just want to see where I am. And sometimes, your mind is not there or you read it properly and your execution is shit. For example, if this setup fails, I'm like, okay, I cannot trust this, then I know, okay. Because, market moves in cycles and it's sort of like also algorithmically. Sometimes I need to, I know that the 3 minute works better for me than the 1 or the 30 seconds where if it makes sense, right? So I just, London is for me also a time to just collect intel. I like it. I really like doing it because, It really helps me. Are we balanced? I think so. I think we don't need to go further down. I think we are ready to go up. Well, I need to get my coffee out of my freezer, otherwise it's too frozen. I cannot get it out anymore. I wish I had an ice. I think I would love to buy that machine to make iced coffee. I think that would be awesome. Who has that? Does anyone have that in at their house? How do you guys? Do you guys have a good way to make iced coffee? I just put like I make espresso and then I put it in the fridge. So it's sort of like, and when I leave it too long, it's one block ice, and then it's sort of like, it's still cold, but it's not like the crushed ice that you get like at specific. Um, this was also in the freezer, and it's just ice as well. Abdul has some. He goes over his view. Let me read it. For me, I need to see NQ to hunt the liquidity below 25,400, and then if it's confirmed, going long to mid and walk. Then looking for short for whole day. This is my bias. Thank you, Abdul, for sharing that. So I'll tell you why I am long, because we are above the end dog midpoint. And I'm looking at the 4 hours. So I would have agreed with you if we were not above this line. If the moment we get below this line here, I would already turn short actually here. But for me, this and I said end, yeah, the midpoint. That's why I took, it's a paper trade short, long, right? But I'm just sort of like still. And we also have a lot of wicks though, so we could reject back into these wicks. I'm aware of that. I'm aware, yes. But let me go to the 9-minute as well. I love the 9-minute look because we already went down into this area, already went into here. I believe we are, this could be the breakaway gap. This could be the break. Well, we have a little bit of a, we did go into it here, but we still have a little bit of a, this is the only, I don't see any imbalances here. I do see this here, but I would rather than really have a move to the downside and take all this liquidity out back to the daily open. I think it's too early to go back to the daily open. So Abdo, you know what I'm thinking? Because once we go back to the daily open, we created the daily wick, right? And then we go back down. But I don't think we're ready yet. It's too for me. It's too early to go back into the daily open, and then if we continue to the downside, you know, we are creating the upper wick for the daily. That's what I'm thinking. So, Abdo, I don't. I have it automated here. I use this NWalk here, NWalk and Event Horizon. For me, the Event Horizon are one of the most important things because those are the midpoints which are equally as important as the NWalk itself. And yesterday on gold, it was so beautifully clear that the price was stuck between the CE of the two N dogs and the CE of the N walks, and it was just going back and forth, back and forth. I can't show you guys that because it's already, but it was just beautiful to see. I mean, it was actually ugly, but it was beautiful to, for me, enough to say, okay, I'm going to close my chart and not going to even look at a gold anymore for until afternoon. And then I looked again and it just didn't do it. And then it did it in Asia. Okay. Okay, guys, I need to I think my analysis might be correct here. Let's see. This blue line is I'm just highlighting the breaker just to see if we don't go below this, if they're respecting the breaker. So mine is automated, Abdul. So mine is automated. I'm actually more interested in this end dog here, which is here. So I'm using this end dog as my TP. And Abdo, you have to be aware, your confusion might be because they are encapsulated in each other. I'll show you. There's one end walk here and there's one in here. You see the difference? This is one end walk, a larger one. One is here, one is here, one is here, and one is here. This is one, 528, and this is another one. These are the two end walks. One to here, that's the confusion. This one overlaps, they overlap each other. You see? Abdul, you see that? That's this one, Abdul. This one. 637, low is 531. Just automate them. You don't have to think about them. I know ICT does it manually. I don't. What I do is if I don't want them all on my chart, I just copy them. I just put a box over them. The problem is when you have a large move to the downside, you have to plot all of them. That's the only downside. So I wish someone would make an indicator which would only plot the ones which are valid for now. But just use the automated one here. There you go. And show the event horizon must be on. Here you go. But be aware that there are two encapsulated. One is encapsulated. They overlap each other. So your data might be skewed. You have to be aware of that when you use the data. Um, okay, I need to get my coffee. Otherwise, it's the data. I think I want to lower my TP because I don't like the. We've got so many wicks here. We might even, I'm gonna go very simple now. Just gonna, my strategies don't really work now with this weird price action. I'm just gonna go 2R from here. I'm gonna make it simple. Oh, we're there already. See, see, see. This is what I mean. It's very. 2R is 501. So 508 here might be. I'm gonna play it safe now, guys, because I've been 508. I think this is, and it's this line here. Okay, well, is there SMT with ES? Is there SMT? Um, so Windrider, I tend to look only at SMT every 15 minutes because I normally only go for larger trades. So for me, it's more like every 15 minutes I do check. But there is smaller SMT, which can be very valuable, but I don't really use it. I don't think this is an area where we get very important SMT because we're in the middle. We're going back into the range, and we're not really even at not even at a 38 or 50% level. So for me, it's also not really, we went these areas here are more valuable to look for. But once you are here, you start developing a high or a point where you're going to return. But I think it's too early because I think we are now going to form London high between 2:30 and 4. So I'm not really looking at it right now, but maybe in half an hour I'm more interested in it. But we can have a look at ES. Let's have a look. Um, ES could go into this order block here and then reverse, right? This could be holding ES down and ours is higher here. So okay, I'm gonna get my coffee quickly. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, I'm stopped out. It's just a paper trade. Um, I'll be right back. Oh, oh, thank you. See, it's just 2R. The 2R was just a little bit higher, so it was very weak. Let's see. Well, at least I got my, hey, company man Carl, how are you doing? Oh, so nice. Hmm. Yes, my love. That's iced coffee. I'll make you your tuna soon. Okay, okay, okay. Wow. I did not get stopped out on 2 ticks. Thank you, NQ. What time was that? What time did we make that low? 2:32. Trader HF, hello, hello. Okay. Let's see if we can make it to this end dog. How many ticks did I was not stopped? I put my TP just below this low. That's literally 1 or 2 ticks. Yeah, 4 hour looks like we might get a little bit of expansion. Hmm. What the F? What are you doing, my love? You cannot throw my things on the. What are you doing there? You crazy kitty catty. Did you make a part of it? No, I did not accompany my car. I went to the beach and I got home and I did not. In hindsight, I did journal it, and in London, I wasn't sure about the move to the downside, but in pre-market, I should. If I was at home and really focused, I think pre-market was very clear indications of the short at some point around 8 o'clock, 7:45, 8 o'clock. But you learn in hindsight, obviously. So I did not. I was actually looking at gold in the morning, but that was just stuck in a range, obviously, as we could see, and then it made the move in Asia when I sleep. So that happens a lot lately. I mean, not lately, but I think a few months back I started noticing that, so I stopped looking at gold as much as I used to. So the sell was at Friday sweep in hindsight. Yes, 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 yeah. Yeah, but even though Bowser, if you weren't sure, like I was in London, um, in free market, it was already very, everything was it was really setting up very clearly at that point with using all the extra data that you had, right? So And ICT also did a video, a lecture on the price action on yesterday. That was also very helpful for me to say, okay, what did I miss? And so, yeah. Hey, listen, guys, in 1 year, I will have all those moves. No, I'm just joking. Sometimes, I have a really, really good trade on Monday, so I'm really happy already. And especially being NFP week, I don't have much expectations for myself because it's my worst week, especially Thursday. So I always have to be a little bit more careful in NFP week. I just don't do as well as I do normally. But Monday was pretty awesome. Bowser, what's your you want to share your analysis for London session or? So I'm a little bit careful as well because ES is coming here in this area here, so we could reject here. And I need to close the door. They're going to. You're a mermaid. I'm a mermaid, yeah. Well, you know what? It's it's nice because I just woke up. Okay, I'm sorry, Bowser. I won't bother you with that question. I'm expecting you to be on all the time. No, I know. You get your coffee and you wake up and share whenever you want to. No, but the beach is 5 minutes away from my home, so it's very easy for me just to go there. And especially during the weekend when it's just no one's there. It's just so beautiful, and I can really just but lately there's a lot of wind as well, so it's just not really. I just walk and because it's just, but it's just a nice area with a forest. We have it's a nature reserve, so I can do a forest walk or a beach walk. So it's just, but yeah, it's nice. I try just to go, just to, yeah, just to clear my head a little bit. I think it's just, just a little bit of a. I mean, I don't touch grass. I just touch sand, I guess. 25, 530. 25, 530. I've got my line. Yeah, that's the top of the end walk. I took the bottom. Mine is the 25 but for Iris it's different. Yeah, I see that, but I took the bottom of, my indication would say the midpoint of the end dog, but I just took it a little bit lower because lately my trades did not go to my TP, and then I have to wait another macro, sometimes an hour, and so I'm taking everything a little bit lower now than normally, because normally I go for more points, right? But I'm getting I'm just taking it a little bit lower. Every trade you'll see now, if I think it's higher, I'll put 10 points or 15 points lower. Yeah. Hey, listen, I got traumatized last week. Every time, like, oh my god! And then I had a trade, and then I just waited too long, and then it went almost there, and then 10 points. It did not. Okay. Abdul, my high is 25,670. Are you still talking about the N walk? Hey, Abdul, I just automated it. You need to, if you're talking about the N walk, this is my high. These are the two highs, 638 and 679. I'm not going to look at it because I'm just I automated it and I trust the automation. And it makes sense. You can see here, this is a 4-hour candle, 6 o'clock, right? The market, it goes from 6 o'clock, right? The market opens at 6 o'clock. So this line is good here. 681.25 is correct because the market opens at 6. Now for the closing price, I don't look at the 4 o'clock, the 4 hour candle, because obviously you use the 5 o'clock. It's 5 to 6. It's only that 1 hour gap. So if you want to see the open price, you can use either lower than 4, but you can use 1 hour, but also 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute. But is this is the open candle here, this one. Friday 20, is correct. Oh, again, look, guys, this is why I get traumatized. You see this, what happened here, guys? You understand now why I get traumatized? No, it's okay. It's not macro time, so I don't expect it to hit an end dog before macro. So Abdo, it depends on daily candles. What time does your daily candle start? I guess in TradingView we cannot put midnight as a start of the daily candle. Abdul, if you wanna have the correct settings for your NWalks, you have to go lower. You have to really see where did the market close at 5 and where did we open at 6. That's the gap. You won't get it from your daily. It will just confuse you. But just automate it. It's easy. Just automate it, and then you have them properly. Yeah, New York time. Yes, UTC 05. CME. Yes. Yeah, so if you put daily candles, you won't see it's not like the difference between daily and daily, because it's hard. You really need to, the NWalk is really the difference between the close at 5 o'clock and the open at 6 o'clock. That's the NWalk. And the NWalk is only applicable for the Friday to Sunday, right? We close it Friday. And the NDOG is the same, but only for weekdays. So the NDOG minus purple, but it's the same time, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. The opening range gap is a different story. That is 4:15 till 9:30 open price. This is just NWalk. NWalk EH, Event Horizon, and NDOG. If you just type them in, you will see there are a couple that are really good, but you need 2 degrees is very good. You can also use 9, but I would say NDOG and NWalk from 2 degrees. Now Lux Algo is very good, but he does not show the event horizon properly. Yeah, make your life as simple as possible with these things. I mean, ICT does them all manually, but the only problem is when you have a lot, when you go to a large move to the downside, you have to plot a lot. But what I do then, I just overwrite them with a box and then I can put it off. But now I just have two on. Um, okay, let's see. Wow, I did not get taken out by a few ticks. Okay, boom. Okay, nicely done. 509. What time is it? 2:48. 2:48. Now I'm going to check at ES. Okay, 2:48. I need to journal this to, guys, I'm in time, 2:48. We hit my level and exactly this. I think we're going higher though. It's 570. Let me see. 529. Yeah. So, but yeah, you guys are going for the monthly and the weekly open. I can see that. Um, I see that, and there's also 38%, the first level of any. Um, I see that, but I just 521. 522. I'll do this later. Um, the monthly open is exactly on a quarter level, so most likely we'll hit that. But I'm already out. I already took the most low hanging fruit. Now, why would I not aim for that? Because of those wicks. I'm sort of like, it just tells me like we need more time to get up here. So I would rather maybe get a pullback and then go back. So let's see, we go back into this range, we go back one more time. I might enter then again. We do have 2 weeks. I'm just gonna mark these. This tells me that we need more time. It's not going to be a smooth 0.66. Okay, we're almost getting to the 3 o'clock. Yo, we're getting to the London Open. Ooh, it's exciting. Exciting times coming. Mm-mm. 254. Okay. Hey, Kweku, also, no, I'm not on Instagram. I think I made an account, but I'm literally not on too much social media. I try to not to be. I really like my Discord and my YouTube channel as my two channels. I guess I did open up an account also on X, but I just thought, you know what? I see all the toxicity and the fighting, and so I try not to get too much engaged on social media. I really like. I think this is a good setup for me. Oh, the Discord, the Discord. Did I not put it in? Oh, I did not put it in. Thank you for asking. I totally forgot about that. Let me edit the proper Discord. Okay, so why? You know how you can, let me see if I can re-enter if we retest the breaker, because we're almost at 3 o'clock. Um, Kweku, Cool. Uh, Here we go. I pinned it. That is the, yeah, welcome to the family, Quick Cool. 259. Let's see. I hope we retest the breaker, the new breaker. Let's see what ES is doing. We have to be careful now here. Let's look for at 3 o'clock. We can look for. We might have some SMT already here. Do we or do we not? No, we do not. Well, they're equal. Let's see. See, this looks pretty. This looks like a clean structure that we could get a rejection here. I wouldn't be surprised if ES goes into the top of the here and then goes down or something, or just there's a little gap here. It could reverse off, and Q has a wick. And Q and gaps. I mean, wicks and gaps. A wick is a gap as well, right? Imbalance gap is a little bit different, but hey, Real Maximus, how are you? M2, hello, hello. Oh shit, it's already 3. It touched into the, there we go, I missed it. Ah, not interested in a long at the moment. I would love to see it go here and see if it doesn't go lower in this. Maybe it goes here and then I would enter a long again. Well, that was a pretty good exit of mine for so far. I like it. I don't like to be in this price action too long. See, also, mind you, on the 1 hour, we got 2 flat bottoms here for later on. Not for now, but for later. We've got some gaps here as well. Now they're creating a lot of inefficiencies for later on. Now let's see. Hey, MD Nim, how are you doing? This is the only inefficiency that I see. It's the inefficiency that we created in the 150 macro. Um, well, it's not an inefficiency, but we created the low. Let me put it that we took out the low of the 150 macro. Okay, okay, and Q. So this low has been taken. Well, maybe there's no more short long. I think we're going to go one leg higher. Mm, I think I'm going to paper trade this. Hold on. WT. Um, Hello, Poppy. What are you doing? What are you doing, my love? Oh, missed fantasy. Are you ready? Hey, DBT, how are you doing? Avneet, not expecting shorts too. Now I do attack Asia's low. I don't really think that yet. Good morning, lift yourself up. Hey, David. Yeah, paper trading is awesome because you learn the most from paper trading. Lift yourself. This is ugly price. Yes, it is not the best price action. I agree with you. Monday was pretty clean. Yesterday I did not like that much. Let's have a look at gold, by the way. Not too crazy about gold. We just moved up and just consolidating again. Same like NQ. There's one trade that I did. I'm very happy that I traded this and the way I did it because I did not expect too much. And I think that was a good, I think this was the easiest move for me to read and take it I'm getting better at taking smaller trades, I guess, and just being. But I still think we're not done yet. I think we're going to get one more leg up. Are you ready? Hey Jeremiah, how are you? That gap fill 3 o'clock is the key. I think we're just forming the 3 o'clock wick here, and once we go over the opening price, we might see another leg up, but could be wrong. We also could consolidate between the end dog and the event horizon and make a few smaller, but pum 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 pum. I think we're almost ready to go to 5:30 now. We are. I think we're going to. Oh, lift yourself. Go. Have a nice day. Okay. Have a good day yourself. Lift yourself up. David, did you know between paper trading and live trading when it comes to slippage or fills? When I paper trade, well, the reason why I don't attach my account to TradingView is that I have seen a few times I did have some issues, so I would rather keep them separate. But I am in the process of one of my live accounts to attach them to, but I'm really going to back test. David, I need to test that again because I know that why I stopped connecting my prop firm account to TradingView because either sometimes when there was a glitch, it was a negative. But a lot of people don't have any issues with TradingView, so I am definitely going to back test it before I really attach my live account to TradingView. But the reason why I paper trade, I don't really look at slippage or that thing. When I paper trade, I use paper trading more to look at my entries, my execution, my risk to reward. I really test setups, time. So I look a little bit different to paper trades. I journal them, but I don't really look specifically at slippage. I don't really care. There's more and more for me, like, okay, execution wise, okay, what can I do better? What did I miss? Is my stop loss was too small, or I trilled it too fast, or things like that. I look at things like that when I paper trade. So for me, a paper trade is equally as important, but more in the sense of learning from it execution wise and what did I do wrong? What can I do better? without even looking at the slippage or things like that. It's more like, okay, I look at a little bit of the broader. Like for example, now I'm long, and if I get stopped out, and okay, what did I miss? What did I do wrong? I did get out here, and I think that was a good move for me, and then just to reassess. But then again, I was like, okay, it's taking for me a little bit too long now as well. And if it goes back into this breaker, the breaker gets weaker and weaker, and at some point it will break. That's a wordplay, but you don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. So, for example, I have my stop here, but if I go over my logic, I can actually already bring if this already tells me probability-wise, I'm going to be stopped out because we're going to get back into the breaker, which we already have been testing a couple of times. Next time, I won't even put my stop here, but then I'm just going to put it right beginning of the breaker because so I'm going to wait. And then I journal that. Okay, listen, I didn't even have to put my stop here. My logic was the breaker. And again, after how many times did we get in? This is my 150 to 210 macro. We already took that low. This is an important low for me. Let's see if we go below this again, then I know we're getting weak. So now already seeing, okay, my stop is actually too low. I could already bring it down to this low here. And maybe even higher if, again, going into the breaker makes it a very weak, so that means that I can already, have a smaller stop loss. So those are the things that I look at. Okay, how can I get a better stop loss? For example, this might have been something that I could use instead of this low, right? Because this should be protected maybe, but we could go below this one again if this is a protected low. So I'm always looking for those things. How can I get a better stop? How can I get stopped out sooner? So lose less money in losing trades. Moshe, I am in a long, but I don't. We are already. Oh shit! As you can see on the 4 hour, we technically could be. It could be enough already. We already went in the 4 hour fair value gap right over here. So if we're moving away from the 3 o'clock and we made the high here on the 4 hour, it could be that the 4 hour now is reversing. Then this is enough because we have a 4 hour. We already went into the 4 hour with this 3 o'clock. Yeah, Alex is short. Well done. So the moment I see we go below the event horizon, I know the short is already. So already I'm thinking, okay, my stop loss was already actually too high a little bit. Let's see, because see, like I said, once we go back into again, sometimes you can retest the breaker many times and it still goes back up, but I don't want to be in drawdown, over 100 points. I am in drawdown now because it's a paper trade, but I prefer not to. I do have a 40 points max. It always comes back to max for if it's above 40 points. I know I'm actually not doing my setup is actually even lower than a B plus most of the time. So again, you see, my stop loss is larger than, and I notice every time I go for a larger stop loss, I get stopped out a lot. So that means my it's not a good strategy. It's not a perfect strategy. It's a very C plus C. There we go. Like I said, so I'm always looking like, okay, what does it indicate? Going below the 50% doesn't really mean a lot, but this means a lot. Well, let's see. I mean, we could still go into this wick and go back up. So I had a really good trade, and I put my stop loss here, which was not really that. It was a 25 point, 30 point trade, and I was using this area here up to here. That was a good trade, and it was not, I wasn't very conservative, but it was, I guess, good in the sense of just using the end dog, and I used the 25% of this wick here. Very simple. This looks like Bowser. Are you still here? It looks like yesterday because we couldn't retest 3 o'clock for that short, and ES did. You see, this is exactly yesterday's with a large move. I'll show you guys what I mean. It's almost a fractal of yesterday's price action. Let me guys show you. Exactly the same. I was just thinking about that, and then I'm like, is it gonna? So I journaled this yesterday. It's exactly almost the same pattern here. Yesterday in London, this was our eighth fee, but we have this situation now. We went back up. We didn't retest 3 o'clock. ES just did, and we went down. It's exactly the same. It's almost similar, this price action. And ES did retest 3 o'clock, and then it went down. And same situation here exactly. You see here? It's almost the same. We go down, go back up, and here we have we don't even get it, and ES did. That's a form of SMT as well here. ES did go back into it, boom, and it goes off to the races, back down. See, that's why journaling really helps if you start to see those scenarios. But let's see. I mean, this is the bottom of the breaker. It could go back up now. And this could be the range we're going to consolidate in between two end dogs. Could be, let's see. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Yeah, it's gonna go for these lows now. Yes. Are we targeting the Asia low? I would think so now, but we've got the equal lows here. We've got equals everywhere, yeah. Let's see if they make an equal low, or they go equal low, or are they going to take it? I wouldn't be surprised if they make an equal. What day? Today's a Wednesday, right? Is that Wednesday today? Okay, let's see what they're doing. This might be a nice long here from here. This is just high time frame consolidation, guys. Hey, well done, Alex. Yeah, I would be. We're just high time frame. It's still consolidating. I mean, it's not really. Unfortunately, it's not a 4-hour expansion yet. I don't think we're going to get the 4-hour expansion. Well, it's still 3:30. It could be, but I think we're going to be held down in this area now. Hey, Jinba, how are you doing? This was what happened in gold as well, but there was two event horizons. Always want to be careful when you're stuck between two. Well, if you want to scalp, by the way, this is a nice area. Um, all these levels here. If we're going to consolidate here, unfortunately, we don't have a 4-hour expansion. Mm, 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 mm. The gap here, look here. Event horizon, yeah. Pa pam pam pam. Choo 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 pam pam. We are at HVN now. What's HVN, Alex? Jinbei, how are you? Yes, I'm doing great. I'm doing really, really well. I'm having a time of my life here. I just love reading tape. Getting ready. Well, it is Wednesday though. Oh, high volume. Okay, gotcha. So a high volume note is literally most of the times also a fair value gap if you go back in the charts, right or not? Okay, let's see. So we created equal lows. So relatively equal. Um, let's see if we're gonna go, guys. For those who think that it's really a short or it's really like it's a large move, but it's not an expansion move like a distribution move in the sense of 4 hour distribution that I like to trade. We're still in a higher time frame consolidation area, so I'm not really interested, and I don't want to be stuck between two end dogs. So this is an area of, for me, to be a little bit careful. Now let's see with the next macro if we do get a little bit, if we can get out of this and take out these lows, or are they going to leave it for later on? Uh, isn't there was? I want to see if we still have tentative news or not later today, because we've got an NFP week, but we do have some. Today, oh, it's not tentative anymore. I don't think it really matters though. They still use the candle. 8:15, ADP non-farm. ADP 8:15. Okay, there's no tentative news anymore. So is everything open again? Does anyone know? Friday, consumer sentiment. Okay, well, no tentative. Oh, For going short, must a 5 minute candle goes to the order book but stays below, otherwise might go higher. Yeah, I'm not interested in this area anyway to trade it. We do have a flat candle here, two of them, so it could go here, but let's see. Okay, let's see what the next macro is going to be. I still like longs, but need to sweep liquidity from Asia low. Actually, to be honest, Jin, I would love it if they leave that for New York. That would be my ideal scenario if they would leave that. Leave that. Don't just go back up. Go back to 50% or to the weekly open. Leave those equal lows. Leave those candles. Leave Asia, and then take it in New York as a manipulation move later on. I would love to see that. That would be my ideal scenario. Um, so then they just reject again from this end. So they bounce around between the end dog, take out, go a little bit higher, maybe to the first presented fair value gap of Monday. Was this Monday? I don't think. I think that's a wrong one. I think this is not Monday. I think this is wrong. I think this is Tuesday. Yesterday's. Hold on. I need to check that. Was it Monday? Oh, it was Monday. Go back to first presented, tap into it, boom, and then go down. So I would love for they're gonna f all shorts now. People are like, oh my god, we're gonna go short. Oh, it's gonna go short. The move is not done yet to the upside. I think before it's really gonna go back down. So I would rather have them leave this. Look how juicy this looks now. We've got equals here. We've got a flat bottom here. It's too juicy. I love it. I mean, let them, please do not leave it. Above midnight again. Thinking of taking a paper trade long. Look, they all left all these equal highs here. Beautiful. Feel your swing. It's better we take out now than New York to retrade you straight up. If they leave it now, it would be for me very easy to. I would have a very easy trade because I would know where it would trade to. There we go. Um, Pa pam 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 pa pam. Yes, 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 yes. I know, I know, I know. Two more hours to go. 2 hours and 15 for the 4 hour. Let's see. We can. I would like a little bit of expansion. It would be nice if we give a little bit more expansion on the 4 hour, but are you gonna give it or not? No. Let's use this level here. See, you're here. Pam pam pam. There's no breaker. It's a mitigation block there. You need to use it. Here. Let's see. Macro's almost coming. What's gold doing? It's consolidating. SMT on both sides. Not inter- Gold is just moving so horribly, to be honest, lately. I mean, it moves nicely, but always when I sleep. It always moves when I sleep, so it's impossible for me. I can just only trade it in my dreams. Mm. I quickly need to go to the bathroom. Hold on, guys. I'm drinking so much coffee and drinks. Okay, here we go. Let's see. $353. Hey, hello. You want to go outside, my love? Gigi, Gigi, you want to go outside? Open, open. Outside, my love. Here you go. Gigi, go. I'm just their slave, literally. I just have to make their food, open the curtains for them, open doors. Just their slave. Mm. Um, okay, we're in the macro. Let's see if we can get some movement, or are we going to be stuck between these two end dogs? So um, you just look at this price action right now. Just continuously forming a lot of wicks. So they're just forming a lot of wicks to be able to distort continuously. So if they're, do you think it's going to yesterday's lows? I don't know, to be honest, because I would rather have like um, I'm thinking, okay, what is it doing in this week? This week has already been worked through. Now we're working through this week. At some point we go down, but how much time does it need to work its way through this week, for example? So it's always like when you see price action like this, I'm very hesitant to really put my money on the line, because I don't want to be caught back in that back and forth action, especially when I see a lot of wicks, and they're creating more and more wicks. So that's why I'm looking at the hourly, um, and not really very eager to pull the trigger. We have an N walk. We're in an N. We're between two N walks. We took out these equal lows here, but is that enough for now? And it's going to go back into the range and just go back and forth for a while. There's a lot of time distortion continuously going on, so you have to be aware of that. And sometimes you miss a move. That's okay. Um, oh, when you see an area like this, you just want to be careful. You just don't want to be caught in back and forth movement. It's Hey Joe Crypto, how are you doing? Yeah, it's trash. It's time to be very conservative. Take shorter trades, scalp more than distribute. Well, there are good opportunities, obviously, um, but especially when you're in between these two end dogs, and you just want to be careful. This is a good area for consolidation. Okay, it's 4 o'clock. Let's see. I'm going to go to the 1 minute. I want to see what. I'm not you, not you. I want you. You need to be in the 1 minute. Okay, 350 to 4. Now we've got these two wickless candles, so let's see if those are getting a small wick or not. So they do this on purpose. Um, yeah, I mean, you can shorts are being wrecked now with this price action, and longs and shorts are being wrecked. Um, so you want to be very, very careful here. I mean, like guys, I keep on saying, be careful when you're between two end dogs, because this is exactly the price action you're going to see. And people think they know. Just be careful. CSE, Sebastian, what do you think about the USD GPY intervention? I actually don't know, to be honest, about the USD GPY intervention. I just know it's really it's highly manipulated overall because of all the geopolitical things, and also ICT mentioned it's a very a difficult time to trade a lot of the times, because it's not easy to read. It's not there's a lot of intervention, so the algo is just, they override it, so it's not as clean as we usually read it, right? But I don't really know about the, in all honesty, I can't really say anything about it, but I do, for myself, I know that Monday was a very clean day for me. I really had fun. I felt like I was in tune with the market. I could read it properly, and that's why I was very, I put on 4 NQ contracts during the opening trade. Made quite a bit of money on that trade, but I really felt like, oh, finally, the market is back again. Then yesterday I was looking at, oh my God. In hindsight, the short was there, but I didn't really look at it. I was on the beach, pre-market. Today I'm looking at London. I don't know. I mean, I don't like it when we're consolidating between two areas, but it's also, it also gives you intel. So at some point you're going to break one of the two areas, so it's not too bad. But I'm just very comfortable being neutral and not putting not putting any money on the line in a situation like this. So I'm just waiting. Best assured or at above EQ of a Gini range. Well, we are not at all. If you're talking about that, you're not at all above EQ of the Gini range. So for me, that's why also one of the reasons the EQ of that Gini range is much higher. So that's one of the reasons I wouldn't short that move that we had just now to the downside either. Uh, could be a reason for fell previous day use. So, Nick, I don't know. It is just, it's been tough overall. Seasonality wise, geopolitically, everything is being held. Government shutdown, it's still not clear to me about the government shutdown. It's partial, right? And I'm looking all the time at Forex, and sometimes it says tentative, and sometimes it's gone again. So I have no idea what's going on, to be honest. I just look at it, but for me, the 830 candle is always a candle that they use for manipulation, and I use it a lot in calculations. I think they use it regardless of news or what. So I always look at the 8:30 to 9 o'clock range. It's a very important range for me anyway, so every day I use it. But hey, it would be nice to have some nice movements, right? At 8:30, so we can. There's nothing tentative. I don't know if everything is open again. If anyone knows, please help me. Tell me. I have no idea what's going on. I try to also. The news makes me very depressed lately as well. But anyway, yeah, 8:15 we have got ADP non-farm employment change. So Okay, let's see what we're doing. It's 10 past, almost 10 past 4. I want to see where we're going to get the move after 10 past 4, because a lot of the times when we have consolidation right here, we get a good move after 10 past 4. I noticed. So let's see what happens if we take it to the downside and take these. These look pretty juicy, but I wonder if they leave them for later on, these two candles here. We might have some. It might be end dog day today. Ping pong. I think we tapped into 0.38 of the dealing range, by the way. Let me. Zero 0.38. Not even for the full dealing range, but if we calculate it from here, they could use it. Yeah. Okay, let's see. 8 past. We're above here. Um, um, so Alex, it doesn't. There are more ways to. I short and long also in premium and discount. I don't really. Sometimes you cannot really wait for but it's best to wait for those. If it's clear, then you can take it. But there's many ways to also short or long. I take shorts in discount, but that comes with experience, I guess. It's not always bad. You just have to be aware that you don't have the full range. You just have to have a shorter. You could have the second stage of reaccumulation, and you take the last bit, right? Then you're already either in premium or discount. So, but then you just have a shorter move so you just have to be aware where you are. So if I would have seen this short, if I would have been confident in this short, I would have only taken it to the end walk, or, for example, settlement price here. Like I also took my trade, my first trade that I took, my long was up to here to the end of. I would have taken the short also if I see some. When I see they are respecting these areas, and I can, okay, we might ping pong here. I just use these levels, and then I use it, for example, or if it would be an end walk, I would use the end walk, or for example, the midpoints. So because here we are clearly still above, we're still in discount. I would still, if I would seen the short, I would have taken it, but I did not. It wasn't clear to me. But if I would have taken it, I would just take it up to here. I just make my trades shorter. Than if I see the distribution move, obviously then I'm positioned properly. Then I'm either, and then I can take a full 4-hour distribution candle. I can take a whole 4-hour move to the upside or to the downside. Those are then I really get into the manipulation move between the open and the high or the low, right? Those are perfect, but that doesn't always happen. But sometimes you can still have a good move within not being in the proper area. NDM currently working with the London range. It took out a high and a low. Yes. So now It's low probability now a little bit. Wonder what gold will do. Hey, Charles, me too. Well, I do want to say about gold. What I was aiming for yesterday, I think I like this level here, 5 to 60-ish. But yesterday it was just consolidating during the day and it made the move after we were just between uh, two event horizons, we're just bouncing around, and then the move came in Asia, right? And it moved up. So that's why I'm like, oh my god! Every time when I look at gold, it's just not moving. Um, but I still think it's in an upward trend. But you don't want to be going in it and then go down and then go up. So, but yeah, I 5 to 60 is still on my. But I wonder. I would rather now wait for the short, I guess, because I already missed so much of the move here during Asia. But we'll see. And now it's just consolidating. Every time when I look at gold, it's consolidating. It's like here now it's consolidating. Um, so I tend to at some point I'm like, oh, gold, and then obviously you miss a nice move, and it'll come at some point in will go pump or sell. So yeah, but it's highly manipulative apparently. So um, look at NQ. Come on, NQ, do something. Doesn't matter. We don't mind. Just do. It's tentative. Oh, Nick, it's tentative. NFP is not there this Friday. Oh, did I misread that? Let me just double check. I thought I saw it just now, but I didn't see tentative, but I could have misread it. Let me check again. Just want to make sure. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah. Yeah, you're okay. It's not there anymore. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, it's not tentative. They just took it out. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Um. Well, that doesn't mean it gets easier, right? But we do have preliminary consumers consummates. And today at 8:15 there is ADP non-farm employment change. Okay, well, okay, I guess then that's the way how to read it. Hey MJ, how are you doing? Probably take yesterday low, then upside new continuation downside. Yeah, could be. At least now it's in the end door. It seems to be going through finally. Let's see. It makes its way out of it. Could reject here. Let's see if we are rejecting here or are we working our way through. This could be a rejection block. Okay, this looks nice and bearish now. Tricky area. Let's see if this goes to AES. Pum, pum, pum. So ES just hit the weekly open. Okay, there we go. Now let's see what we do here. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, okie dokie. What did we do? Did we wick equal? Okay, go. Boom. Previous week low. Okay. I'm just kind of looking at the weekly profile. We opened Sunday. Today, I'm confused with the day. Okay, so Tuesday high. We created a Tuesday high during London yesterday, but then we also created. We did not take a Tuesday low, but we almost. But technically, we have a Tuesday high so far. Let's see if we continue with the Tuesday high. Yeah, so far. Okay. Tuesday high. We created that in London, then we went lower. We did not create a low yet. We didn't go lower than yesterday's low or Sunday's low at 10. We did not. Okay. So we have a profile so far with the Tuesday high. Now let's see what Wednesday brings. Well, I mean, it's more bearish. I mean, we're in bearish price action is, we're in bearish price action right now. I think it's more retracements to the upside and the trend is bearish. Let's have a look on the higher time frame. I want to have a look at the weekly again. Yeah. I don't like this. A lot of wicks. I still like this gap here. All the way here, we've got equal lows here. Uh, there's a lot of gaps and wicks, so it's going to take a long time to get there. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I'm not much to see from me here anymore. I'm not really too interested in this price action. I would rather wait to see what the remaining of the pre-market is going to give us. An 8:15, we've got ADP, non-farming change. Expect everything. Expect the unexpected. Um, I still like this area here as well. And I hope I can trade gold today. I'm really like a smoother move to the upside here. And either take short from here or ride it up long. Got a couple of 3 or 4 confluences in this area. But again, like I said, I might shorten all my trades. Every trade that I see or take is going to be 10 or 15 points shorter. It worked well this morning. My trade this morning was nice. Almost just up to here, up to this line here. It was a short trade, not too far. It was, I think, only 25 points or something. But I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Easy read, low-hanging fruit. I first thought I wanted to take it higher, but I thought no, I'm just going to take it up to here, which was a good read. And then we dropped. We're in a fair value gap now, 15-minute fair value gap. So I would keep an eye on this, if it's going to disrespect this at some point, or is it going to bounce out of it. At least we're out of those N walls. We're not in between those two anymore, so that's nice. 1.5 hour. To go. Could still expand to the downside to this event horizon, could be. ES looks pretty clean. Did ES take out that low or not? Did ES create an equal? What's the low? What did you do, ES? 934.25, 934. Okay, so it did take it out by 1 tick. Yeah, it's not an equal. But this was an equal here. Not Asia, but the one before. So this one is the low, 933. Yeah, okay. 934. Okay, so if ES doesn't go lower, let's see what NQ did. I need to copy this. So ES, so NQ did take out these lows. ES did not because of this one. Yes, Asia was both taken by both, but there's one candle here which created the lower low. And Q took out everything here to the previous week low. Where's the previous week low here? Okay, previous week low on ES is all the way here, and we took it here. So there's quite a bit of difference there. Interesting. Previous day low. Unless they're just going to go keep on dropping, then it doesn't really matter because we are also in this fair value gap. Oh, and Q is already out of it. Here we go. Next one. think these are similar. Yeah. Why is this one disappearing all the time? Okay, interesting. Pum pum pum. I think it's beach time for me, guys. Um, Low probability area for me. Not really that interested in trading around this area. Look at the weekly again. I'm just gonna where we are on the wick. We're all the way in these wicks here. We're making our way. If we would go lower, oh, most likely we hit 50% already. Let's see. I'm gonna mark these wicks. Yeah. I think we might have hit 50% already. Yeah. Why is my computer doing so? I just want half. We hit 50% already of this wick. Okay, that's not too bad. I mean, almost there. And from this wick here, we already did the work. Okay, we already went to 0.5. Okay, so yeah, more bearish than bullish, I guess. But let's see. Let's see what the next 4 hours, the 4 o'clock, the 6 o'clock 4 hour candle is going to do. I just wonder. I mean, so the 4 hour candle did go into this 4 hour fair value gap. Is it enough for a continuation to the downside, right? Hey, have a good workout. Yeah, I need to go to the beach as well and do some walking. So it doesn't feel, even though we went into a fair value gap. Now, this 4 hour candle, we could say, okay, we took out internal liquidity. Are we going for external? Yes, we already took external. So this 4 hour candle, so why am I not interested anymore? We took internal liquidity by going into this fair value gap on the 4 hour, and the bottom took out this liquidity already, right? This is a Tuesday low. Well, technically it was Tuesday 6 o'clock, so technically it's not yesterday's low. But it did take out a low already. It would have been better if there was the low was here. So yeah, could go back into those two end dogs. One more hour left, 1 more and 20 minutes. So it might be a continuation of the 6 o'clock to the downside. So that you get some consolidation here, and then the 6 o'clock might be a continuation to further down, and then take out these lows here. Yeah. Okay, guys, time to touch some grass, or sand in my case, or forest. Any questions? Any questions? So NFP week, it could go to 25 for 12 before move down. It could go 25 for 12. Yeah, MJ, I wonder as well if it's going to go, if we're going to go up back into this range a little bit, but I don't know. It's sort of like, it doesn't seem to really want to disrespect this fair value gap straight away, right? But it still could do it, obviously. I think it's very wise to keep an eye on ES as well. But ES looks a little bit cleaner. ES sort of like tells the move a little bit sooner, and I do think we balanced out these opening range gaps. I wonder if we really need to go up again. So that's my only concern with ES and Q. So, but they're both now in a fair value gap, in a 15-minute fair value gap. So keep an eye on that if either one of them breaks. And Q took the previous week low, and remember that ES's previous week's low is all the way here. So if ES would go all the way down to take previous week low, it will go all the way and create a new dealing range as well. So am I saying that correctly? Yes, because that will mean that they will create a new range. And Q is still, we're still in the same dealing range. We're still playing within the same dealing range. So that's a big difference though. So once it starts going, I mean, if ES takes this out, I wouldn't be surprised that we also obviously will create larger range. But remains to be seen. Up to now, yeah, daily time frame and Q looks such a. Nick, have you seen the weekly? The weekly is ugly. The weekly is horrible. I mean, and also if you look on the monthly, right, just this means a lot. A wick is a bunch of gaps, and a gaps means the price action needs to work its way through them. So it's not a smooth, it's not going to be easy price action in this area. So the monthly looks already very challenging. A lot of manipulation will take place. Weekly as well. Where are we? We did create a weekly low, lower than last week's, but we're in the wick of the previous week. So we are just in a higher time frame consolidation area. And even worse, we're in higher time frame wicks. So it's really no shame if you're struggling or if it's difficult to read. It's ugly. It's hard. This is it's hard price action. I'm not good at this. I don't like to trade too much into this area. My trades are very limited that I see. Let me put it that way. Monday was an awesome trade. Made $8,000 on one trade, and I'm very happy that I did. But London was clean. I read it properly, but now I'm like, it's just, And it all makes, and if I look back to it, I'm kudos for those who can read it, but I mean, it's sort of like almost a coin toss. It just doesn't go to levels that it normally goes to. Hey, if you're a scalper, you can do really well. I'm not a scalper. I wish I was. But yeah, I'm just going to, I do think it's bearish because we already did the work here. So maybe this is now 2539, 25039. That's 300 points lower. That's a long way, guys. But hey, if it's going there and you're prepared, let's see after 8:15. Let's watch. Keep an eye on the price action, what's doing in pre-market, and hey, if you guys have a good trade, I hope so. I just be careful and like ICT said, scale down to micros or whatever, unless you really know what you're doing, and if you can read it, hey, teach me. Yeah. I mean, if you really narrow it down, it's still, you can still, there's still a lot of algorithmic signatures, right? I mean, they're still there. Here is one of them. If you have price going through a level and it's like it causes a gap here, it's already telling you that it's going down. Here we have a retest. I'm just looking at it right now. If you use these levels, these gradients of wicks, and like ICT told us, if you have a fair value gap going through them, this indicates further move to the downside. It's a bearish fair value gap. Here we have a same, it's not a fair value gap. Here it is a retest. Let's put it a retest or a wick that goes through it, right? And the wick also goes through 4 o'clock and midnight. So that indicates also further downward movement, most likely. Daily open here as well. Was it a fair value gap? Not really, but a retest again here, boom. So we might have lower price action if I read it correctly, but I'm just not so eager to anticipate. I don't know, I'm just not too eager yet. But who knows, later today. New York's may take previous month low. Yeah, who knows, MJ. I think I want to try to have to sit down earlier and watch pre-market a little bit better, because a lot of the time the pre-market already sets up pretty awesome, right? You can get a lot of information, and we have 8:15 news as well. So now it's 50% FIP retrace. Could be. We are in the midpoint. You see the midpoint of the fair value gap here. The bodies are not going lower. Let's see. Did I read that correctly? Is that the 15? Yes, this is the 15-minute fair value gap, and the bodies are not going lower than the 15-minute here. So who knows? Yeah, I still have this higher. I still like this level here, but I don't know. Let's see how many 4-hour wicks do we have. So that's interesting. We don't have any 4-hour wicks. That is very interesting. I just realized that we have daily, weekly, monthly wicks, but on the 4-hour, and we used to have a lot of wicks last week. I'll show you guys. That is so interesting. This was last week. Wick, a lot more wicks. It wasn't too bad as well, but it seems like 4 hours getting cleaner though. Here, no wicks, just interesting. So interesting. I like that. And on the daily, very wicky. And the weekly is getting horrible. You see the difference here with the weeklies here is just, you see, this is just normal price action, normal weeks. And look what we have now. We have a lot of wicks. And the monthly, let me see how different is the monthly compared to other months. This was November. Oh, we like this because this is a nice reversal candle. April, November, December. Okay, this is always seasonal, but here July is saying doesn't really mean anything. No, cannot make anything out of it. If we get through this one here, I would love to aim to this event horizon, 270, it's 100 points. I'm just thinking about, let me just double check something. $270. Pam pam. $270. Okay, well, we'll see. Okay, guys, I'm going to touch some sand, not grass, but some sand, and I'll see you back tomorrow again. I wish you all a good day. You know where to find me in the Discord. Let me see if there's any. Be careful today. Only A+ setups. Don't overtrade. Just be. And if you just don't know, just paper trade. There's nothing wrong with paper trading. Paper trading is awesome. It's the best way to learn without losing money. I kid you not. I love paper trading. Here we go. World Trade Organization. Okay, here we go. No questiones. Okay, guys. I'll see you back tomorrow, or I'll see you later in the Discord. I wish you the best today, and we'll chat soon. Ciao, ciao. Thank you for hanging out, and all the new people that joined. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll keep you updated in Discord with any new trades or anything like that during the day, or a recap. Hey, Crystal. Just made 900 on some highs, took a piece of the pie. Good for you. Don't give it back. Ciao, ciao.